Hello students, welcome to Super 7 Revision Series Part 19. Here we will learn some important definitions through flashcards and this will be very helpful to you for quick revision just before your final exams also. This is the first definition, in situ conservation. What is in situ conservation? When we conserve whole ecosystem, we protect whole ecosystem and we save its biodiversity at all level. This approach of conservation of biodiversity is called as in situ or on-site conservation. For example, to save tiger, we save entire forest. टाइगर को सेव करने के लिए एंटायर फॉरेस्ट को सेव करना इन सीटू कंजर्वेशन में आता है. एंड नोट वन इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, इन इंडिया बायोडाइवर्सिटी रिच रीजन्स आर लीगली प्रोटेक्टेड एज बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व्स, नेशनल पार्क्स एंड सेंचुरीज. सेकेंड डेफिनेशन, एक्स सीटू कंजर्वेशन. It is a process of protecting an endangered species of plants and animals outside their natural habitat. Means endangered species को natural environment से निकालकर अलग area में like in zoological parks, in botanical garden or in wildlife safari parks में protect किया जाए, then this approach is called as ex situ conservation. Third definition is sacred groves. A sacred groves are any groves of trees or group of trees that have special religious importance to a particular culture. जो trees हमारे religion से, हमारे culture से जुड़े हैं और हम उन्हें protect करना चाहते हैं, these groups of trees are called as sacred groves. For example, in India, such sacred groves are found in Khasi and Jhensia hills in Meghalaya, Aravalli hills in Rajasthan and Western Ghat regions of Karnataka and Maharashtra. Fourth definition, cryopreservation. Cryo means cold. So, it is a technique to preserve biological tissues like seeds, gametes and embryos in viable and fertile condition at sub-zero temperature, that is at minus 196 degree Celsius. Means हम seeds को, gametes को और embryos को minus 196 degree Celsius temperature पर protect कर सकते हैं और उनकी viability and fertility को maintain रख सकते हैं. This technique is called as cryopreservation. Number 5. Define downstream processing. It refers to as separation and purification of biosynthetic product before it is ready for marketing. Synthesize करने के बाद biosynthetic product को separate करना और purify करना before sending to market is called as downstream processing. Sixth definition, define GMO or genetically modified organisms. The organisms whose genetic material has been changed by using genetic engineering technique is called as GMO or genetically modified organisms. BT cotton, BT corn and transgenic cow, rosé are some examples of genetically modified organisms. Seventh definition, competitive release. The expansion of range of a species when superior competitor species is removed experimentally is called as competitive release. Means out of two species living in an area, अगर हम superior species को remove कर देते हैं, then the second species अपनी range को बढ़ा लेती है and it spread in the whole area. This is called as competitive release. See its example in the picture. Superior Balanus barnacle को जब remove कर दिया गया, Then the other barnacle, Cathamelus, expanded its area in rocky sea coast of Scotland, and this experiment was done by Cornell. Eighth definition, palindromic sequence. Complementary DNA sequence that are same when each strand is read in the same direction from 5' to 3' end. See the example. Read number 1 strand of DNA from its 5' to 3' end. It is GAATTC. And now read number 2 strand of DNA from 5' to 3' end. It is also GAATTC. So, such type of sequence is called as palindromic sequence. Ninth definition, contact inhibition. यह प्रॉपर्टी नॉर्मल सेल्स में होती है. जब सेल्स एक दूसरे के कांटेक्ट में होते हैं, then they do not show uncontrolled growth. So, normal cells show property called contact inhibition, by virtue of which contact with other cells inhibit their uncontrolled growth. See diagram number 1. Cells are not showing uncontrolled growth because they are in contact with each other and has the property contact inhibition. In second diagram, cells have lost this property and we can see uncontrolled growth in the cells here. 10th definition, metastasis. Here, cancerous cells slide off to distant site through body fluid and form new tumor. See the diagram to clear it. प्राइमरी ट्यूमर से कुछ सेल्स निकलकर ब्लड के थ्रू डिस्टेंट साइट पर पहुंच गए हैं एंड दीज सेल्स आर फॉर्मिंग न्यू ट्यूमर एट सेकेंड साइट एंड दिस ट्यूमर इज कॉल्ड एज मेटास्टैटिक ट्यूमर. 11th definition, addiction. A psychological attachment to effects like euphoria or excitement or pleasure and a temporary feeling of well-being associated with drugs and alcohol is called as addiction. Means drugs and alcohol लेने पर person excited feel करते हैं, comfortable and relaxed feel करते हैं and slowly drugs के ऊपर dependent होते चले जाते हैं and this lead to addiction or drug addiction. 12th definition, withdrawal symptoms. If a drug-dependent person stops taking drugs, then his body stops functioning normally and he feels severe physical and psychological disturbances called withdrawal symptoms. Anxiety, craving, short temper, weight gain, coughing and disturbed sleep are some withdrawal symptoms. 13th definition, apomixis. It is a mechanism where seed formation take place without fertilization. Seed बना है but fertilization नहीं हुआ है. It is a type of asexual reproduction but mimics sexual reproduction and it is seen in some species of family Asteraceae and grasses. 14th definition, polyembryony. Normally one seed में one embryo होता है but occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed is called as polyembryony and it can be seen in mango and citrus fruits. See the diagram of mango seeds. First diagram is showing polyembryonic stage where many embryos are present and second diagram is showing monoembryonic seed which is having only single embryo. What happens exactly? Nucellar cells protrude into embryo sac and develop into embryos. So, each ovule contains many embryo and the condition is called as polyembryony. So, that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.